What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome. Today we are going over our weekly update for week 8, and let me tell you, it's not as big as last week with changes, but it is huge for the Palindrome farm this week. So, first off, we're going to take a look at this week at Bungie from last Thursday on the 25th. First off, they're talking about the seasonal story and the new strike, the Proving Grounds. Super fun strike, super interesting story this season. Love it. If you guys haven't taken the full dive into the season and the story, I fully suggest it. It's amazing, and this is actually going to be the GM this week, the Proving Grounds strike. Super fun. I definitely suggest it. Lobby balancing for Iron Banner. They said that they changed it last week, and let me tell you, whatever they changed, I swear to God, they made it worse, because earlier in the week, my matches were pretty alright. Yeah, I got mercied, or we mercied them back to back, but I definitely had more average, normal games where it was 100 to 120, 125 to 120, normal games. And then after Thursday, when they changed it, almost every single game, 95% of the games, it was we were getting mercied or they were getting mercied. There was maybe 2 games I had total. So whatever they changed, they re-lopsided it, because terrible in my opinion. There is a new Prime Gaming rewards for y'all. It's the Huckleberry, the Shell, and the Ship. Nice little loot for you if you don't have it, and you get an exotic ornament for it. Beautiful. Alright, so then on Thursday, we do have this hotfix going live. Not, as you can see, there's not much going on, just little Triumph Lost Sector puzzle with the Xenophage. And when you were playing, I don't remember what the game mode was called, but Heavy spawned under the map at Distant Shore, so that was pretty good. And they're fixing right here. So they're changing the exotic engrams that are enhancement cores to have 0 light instead of it saying 1300, so you know it's an actual enhancement core. But based on that, we're gonna go into the best part of this week, which is Palindrome Farm Adept ×2 loot. We have ×2 Nightfall loot all week, and let me tell you, that means normal Palindrome is going to be dropping doubles, and then also Grandmaster, the Adept version, should be dropping double rewards, which is going to be absolutely insane. The chances of getting a God Roll Adept this week for your Palindrome is super high, so I suggest you go into the Proving Ground strike and go through it. Now, here's a little background play of the strike, so I'm just going to commentary on what I think is going to be challenging and stuff, because it's definitely not out yet, but I do plan on making a full guide for this Nightfall tomorrow. Either way, Grandmaster and normal, so people can farm the heck out of this and get that Palindrome double drops, the God Roll. It's an amazing hand cannon. I love it. I use it all the time, so let's get into it. I think that this strike is going to be definitely challenging and a high enemy density, kind of like Devil's Lair and the Fallen Saber strike. So, the first room where you gotta, I guess it's not really a room, but the first where you're entering the tank, it's going to be definitely a decent amount of champions up by the tank when it comes down, and then that mechanic where you gotta kill the big cabal and the shield comes up, where you gotta destroy the solar shield so it becomes unimmune again. That's definitely going to be a mechanic still, but there's going to be an extra champion around so that you're going to have to deal with first before you kill that shield probably, so be very careful if you're doing the Grand Masters. The rest of the strike is probably going to be decently easy. It's not too many crazy mechanics or enemy densities when you're jumping across the underbelly and depositing those 2 exploding cores. Make sure that you're taking it very slow if you're doing the Grand Master, and getting all the snipers and turrets out of the way and clearing those rooms before you actually deposit, because there's going to be a lot of champions with mob activated for the Grand Master. And then for the normal one, it shouldn't be too bad at all. People should be able to breeze through this. I mean, normal strikes are taking anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes. So I'm thinking it won't take people too much longer at all to complete this. Alright, so let's see. Next, the area with the 2 tanks is definitely going to be challenging as well. Play in the back of the room and wipe out all the enemies and let the tank spawn and deal with them one at a time, starting with whichever side you want. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do it, because I'm sure there's going to be at least 2 champions in this room alone. So, like I said, make sure you're playing it slow, safe, having Wells, Ursa Furiosa, and an Invisible Hunter, anything like that. Make sure you can get those reses, and make sure you can stay alive. That is super important about this strike. And then definitely the final room is going to be super challenging, I think, because there's going to be a lot of enemies that spawn, and you have to deal with the big flaming balls that the boss sends out. So when it does that, I'm going to assume that shooting those first is going to be the play to try to get those out, because they're going to one-shot the entire team easily. And every single time that the boss goes immune and that little solar shield comes up, some of the flaps on the floor do change. So if you are hiding behind cover, make sure that you watch for those, because some of them will drop out of protection. But that is it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to make a full guide for this Nightfall when it comes out at 1 o'clock today. It's only 10 a.m. for me, so I'm just trying to get this video pre-recorded so I can slam out these strikes when it first comes out and get that video out to you guys as soon as possible. So, thank you for watching. If you stuck around, I truly, really appreciate it. You guys are crazy and great. I'm excited for this week. Double loot. It's going to be nuts. So, I'm excited. Hopefully, you guys can get there and grind and get some god rolls. But, thank you guys so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace.